have just been tuned into the Streets Session with your boy Firahs and
Joe MK.
Listen, so I hope you guys are enjoying the interviews and the show so far at Black Day Festival 2022, day 2 on a Saturday. Now I'm here with two wonderful people, and you know what? Their name in itself is really exciting because they're called Red, Green and Blue. So thank you for coming through on the show today. Oh, we can do a little fist bump. No, I feel like we should start there. Where did the name come from? Because I just love the fact that it's such a unique, different type of name, and yeah, where's it come from?
Do you like the name?
Yeah.
Okay, because Megan doesn't like it. so that's a notch. That's one up.
You can have a point. All right.
We usually don't tell, or we ask people to try and have a little guess.
Yeah.
Do you want me to guess?
Have a wee go. What do you think? Red, green, and blue.
Red, green, and blue. I would say red, green, and blue.
One young lad got it when we were playing yesterday, excuse me, because he was a student of media and fine art. So he took him a couple of goes, but he got the significance of red, green, and blue with regards to media, particularly film and TV.
Because I was thinking more on a personal side, like maybe it was like a wedding theme or something, but I'm guessing I'm off.
That's the first time anyone has ever guessed that. That's quite interesting. We've had people think it's traffic lights before, which disturbs me greatly.
I was going to say that, but I thought that would be too simple, so I just didn't think about it.
I don't know, do we want to reveal or are we going to leave it a mystery?
Go on, you can reveal.
It's the colours of light when you split light into component colours. So the significance with TV, for instance, you used to see the RGB kind of logo, I guess, on all TVs. And it's also in digital publishing as well, I think.
So it's the three primary, well, not primary colours, they're not primary colours, but the three pixel elements of the old TVs were red, green and blue, and in theory any colour can be mixed. So it came, one of the first sets of lyrics that I wrote was called Red, Green and Blue, and it was about television, the kind of invidious effects of TV, and I'd called it Red, Green and Blue, and then the band adopted its name after several arguments with Megan.
No, I love this. So you actually don't like the name at all?
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I think it's confusing for people because there's only two of us, so it's like
Who's red, who's green,
Yeah.
where's blue?
Yeah,
You know,
we always joke
that
that
kind
we
of
fired blue.
No, that's hilarious. And you know what? Talking of that, obviously, when you are working together, obviously, not liking the name might be one thing, but when it comes to like, you know, writing music or what you should release, how does that come about? Is there a lot of arguments through that, or is there somebody taking a lead, or is it like something you like do together, or how does it all come about?
That's a really good question. Do you write yourself?
Yeah.
You have? Usually on your own, or?
Yeah, mostly on my own.
Mostly on your own.
Sometimes with like a friend here and there.
The seeds of all of our songs come from one or t'other of us.
Yeah.
And with Megan, to be fair, they usually come quite well worked out. And it can be a lyric or a piece of music. I mean, if we take, just any one of the songs that we did, for example, usually come about in different ways. So it's rare that we start initially with the music, but La Vita Bella was largely a song that had all the music worked out, and then we wrote lyrics on top of it. Promenade was half a set of lyrics, and we then put a piece of music over the top of it, and sometimes it all comes together really quickly. Other times we do debate about how to finish it.
Just try loads of stuff, don't we, as well?
Well, one of the songs, Grace Brown, was a historical song that, you know, Megan had pretty much an entire set of lyrics, which were a kind of third-party story about this murder that had taken place in the early 20th century in San Francisco, and that's the kind of thing where we have a debate, because I have an idea. Why don't we turn it into a conversation between the between the man and the woman involved in the story? So rather than tell it as a third-party story, engage it as the two people talking. And so that's the kind of thing that we engage quite heavily in debate about. But the end result is always what's going to sound best at the end of it. Not what we think necessarily or what we want to happen, but what's going to end, what's the best for the song.
And we often don't discover that until we've actually been out. I mean, we busk regularly, and that's part of our performance practice, and that's also where we shape the songs in the kind of final stages and just see what's really working and what's really not. So that's a really useful kind of part of our vision.
Yeah, I saw, one thing I thought was quite interesting when you lot was talking about like doing conversations within your music. When I did check out a lot of your music, I felt like you lot spoke a lot about stories. I don't know whether that's personal to you guys or whether it's stories you've heard before, but I found that quite interesting, and I think that's really cool as well because, when I was listening to music, I'm imagining what your stories were. Is that something you lot was trying to do, or is that just something I just picked up and you haven't noticed?
I think we have quite different approaches. Brian's probably more kind of let's tell the story, and certainly my initial ideas are just here's this feeling or this kind of something inspires me and just let it all flood out kind of thing. And then Brian's kind of quite good at shaping a narrative, I think.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable in ground that's really personal, if you like, where it's all about me, and characters allow you to create a distance.
100%.
They give you a wee bit of distance. I don't know. So, but we do write songs that are also deeply personal and sing them from a first person perspective. There's no right or wrong or easy or difficult answer to it. It's just what comes out. It is absolutely what it comes out. But historically, I loved. I mean, you're a young lad, so I was steeped in Bowie when I was growing up, and you could never get close to him, and I think that was deliberate because there was always a persona or a story, so there was always something to create that distance. I like that idea, and that's my first instinct is to be in that space. Megan's instinct is to really personalize stuff. So we end up we end up either on one side or the other side. We've got songs that fit all of that criteria, all of it.
No, I love that. I think that's pretty cool. I really like that. One thing you mentioned as well was about biscuit. Is that something that really helped you guys like get your stage presence when you're performing on stage like Festa? Did that help you gain extra confidence, especially from when you have like people that you don't know, they probably don't even know your music, come along, enjoy what you're doing? Is that something that really gives you guys confidence as well?
Yeah, it's quite useful, isn't it, for kind of because you can gauge reaction. People, as you say, they're hearing something they've never heard before. They can't sing along to it, so it's not. You're not like having background music or the radio or something. But if they listen and they think that's really good, then it gives us a bit of feedback. And definitely for kind of just performance practice, it's one of the best things that you can do because you're out there and it's not hiding away in your bedroom. I'm singing really loud and I'm moving my arms. You have to be out there.
100%.
It's public performance, isn't it? And you would have had to drag me out of my bedroom with you'd have had to drag me out with a digger or something like that. When I was a teenager, I would not have performed in front of anybody. But now we get the chance to do it. It feels like especially after the last 2 or 3 years, it feels like a privilege to be able to do it, and we're getting the chance to do it, and I think we just need to be mindful that we're in quite a lucky, privileged position, given the I don't know how to describe the horror of the last 3 years. Several words come to mind in that one.
No, I'm so happy that you lot are here at Black Deer Festival 2022. What I always ask people as well, is there anyone that you want to meet while you're here or even just watch perform?
Oh, the list is as long as your arm. Definitely Van Morrison, so we're lucky we're here for a couple of days. The Waterboys, I have seen the Waterboys live before when I was about your age, so I'm looking forward to them again, see how they have matured as well as how I've matured.
Anyone particular for you?
I'm just kind of keen to soak it all up, really.
Yeah,
I mean, a band that I wasn't really that aware of is the Dead South, and they've been very highly recommended. So quite keen to see them. I think they're playing tomorrow night. Headlining actually. So looking forward to that. But just generally, it's kind of nice also to go around some of the smaller stages at an event like this and hear stuff that you've never heard before and that you wouldn't normally be exposed to. So,
No, one thing I would definitely say is they do very well with the small stages here. There's a lot to see. But again, listen, thank you for coming down. Thank you for having a conversation. We love having you here at Black Deer Festival. Hope to catch you lot again around. If I see you, I'm going to come and woo you guys. Obviously, this is your boy Firahs on Worth, the street sessions. Make sure, if you want to see Red, Green and Blue on anything, description below, all the information, music, website, anything you need will be right down there for you guys. And yeah, have a great day. I hope to catch you lot around. And yeah, if I do, a drink on me, man. You know? Take care. All right, cool.
Being tuned into the street session with your boy Firahs and
Joe MK.
Why is this the name of our show, bro?
Because we're the hottest in the streets.
Catch us online, on the go, and on the FM.
Okay, let's go.